Hi, kindergartners. Echo and I are here to do a quick lesson with you about your letters that you've been practicing, and especially the latest letter we are working on, the letter I. All right, first thing we're going to do is we are going to go through and practice our sound cards. And remember, when I hold up echo, that means you are going to echo me. Okay, here we go. T, top, t. T, top, t. B, bat, b. B, bat, b. F, fun, f. F, fun, f. M, man, M, man, N, nut, N, nut, And then we have our vowel. I, itch, Remember, we can stretch out that vowel sound. Do it with me. I, itch, Nice job, friends. Okay, we are going to turn over here and I'm going to quickly review with you how to write the letter I. When you are writing a lowercase I, you are going to start at the plain line or the dotted line if you don't have the pictures on the side. So you start at the plain line or the dotted line. You go straight down to the grass, and then, remember we talked about this yesterday, you're going to do a little dot halfway between the plain line and the skyline, or the dotted line and the top line. Remember that story of Goldilocks? We don't want the dot to be too small so that your teacher needs a magnifying glass to see it. And we don't want the dot to be too big because then it would look like a lollipop. So we want our dot to be just right. When we are writing a capital letter I, we start at the skyline or the top line. We go straight down to the grass and stop. Then we go up to the skyline or the top line and we cross it. So far it looks like a letter T, doesn't it? Then we have to go down to the grass line or the bottom line and go straight across to turn it into a capital I. All right, let's see if we can do some skywriting. So remember, arm out straight, 2 fingers. Okay, let's do our lowercase I first. So start at the plain line or the dotted line, go straight down to the grass, pick up and do a perfect size dot. You did a great job yesterday. They weren't too big and they weren't too small. Now let's try a capital I. We'll start at the skyline or the top line, go straight down to the grass, pick up, go up to the top line, go across, trace that line. Looks like a T so far. We go down to the bottom line of the grass line and go straight across and complete it to make a capital I. Nice job. I want you to continue practicing your lowercase and your capital I's. I also have for you some poems about the letter I. So inside your poetry book that looks like this is the cover, the letter A, you have a poem about the letter I. So you can go ahead and write your name right here at the top where it says the word name. Let's take a look at the poem. Letter I. I is for igloo. Oh, do you see one on this page? I see one down here, an igloo. I is for ink. Oh, this must be a jar of ink. I is for ice in my drink. Oh, I see something else in that drink. Do you know what that is? I think it's an insect. Ooh, I don't want an insect in my drink. I want you to go through and find all of your eyes that are in this poem. There are some that are bubble letters, like this one. If it's a bubble letter like that, you can go ahead and color it in with whatever color you'd like. And then I want you to go through the poem and see if you can find some other words with I in it. If you find an I, go ahead and circle it. Let's take a look, for example, in the first line. I is for igloo. I see two words in that line that have an I in it. Is begins with the letter I, so you can circle the I in the word is. Igloo begins with the word I, the letter I, so you can go ahead and circle the I at the beginning of igloo. Go ahead through the rest of the poem and see if you can find some more letter I's. If you'd like, when you're done, you can color the pictures of the igloo, the ink, the insect in the drink. Ooh, I think you have to draw an ice cube in there. I don't see an ice cube, I just see an insect. Okay, we have another poetry book that looks like this on the cover, and it's called My Poetry Notebook. We have another poem about the letter I, and these poems are really good because they're giving me lots of good ideas of words that start with the letter I that we can add to our alphabet bootcamp books. Okay, so this one is called Letter I. I is for icky insects. Ooh, landing on me. I is for iguanas and igloos and ice cream. Yummy. Ooh, look at these pictures. So we have another igloo down here, an insect, ice cream, and an iguana. So you may go ahead and color those pictures if you'd like. I want you to go through your poem and do another search for words that start with the letter I. See if you can find some more. Okay. Then you are going to go ahead and in your Alphabet Bootcamp book, you're going to turn to the page that has the I in the middle. You can go ahead and color your capital I and your lowercase I. And let's think back to those poems. Were there some words that began with I that you could draw pictures of? Yeah, there were a few. There's some that I'm excited to draw a picture of. Some that are making me hungry, like the ice cream. Yum. So I want you to go ahead and draw pictures of your words that begin with the letter I. And I want you to surprise me because we will share the next time that we meet. And I want you to share and tell me what pictures you drew that began with the letter I. So you might think about the poems that we just read. There were certainly some good I words in the poems. See if you can come up with any that were not in the poems. I'm going to challenge you. See if you can draw 4 things. That's a lot, isn't it? 4 things, but I think you can do it. Yeah, definitely. 4 things that start with the letter I. Okay, I can't wait to see what you come up with. All right, thanks for working hard, friends. I'll see you later.